Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22. Or maybe out on this side. Just a little bit away from the shed. Give us a little bit of room just in here. That might be better. I could actually bring the... Right, this is what we'll do. We'll put the honey pallet in there. So we'll get that one built first. So first up I'm going to want to do some landscaping. We'll go with this leveling option right here, and I want to bring it out level from the shed, so I'm going there like that, and then I'm forcing the land to level up out this side, so it's pushing it down a bit behind the shed, which is a little bit expensive to do that, but it's not so bad. Right, so that's coming out to there. If I bring this up a bit out this way, I do want to bring this up like that. I know this is costing me a little bit. Ultimately, I feel this is going to be worth it. Okay, so we've got that bit there. That's now ready to put the thing in. If we go to this one and that a bit bigger, and then we just sort of sculpt. I can hear church bells ringing now. We sculpt this around the edges of it a little bit, like that, just kind of like smooth it off, and smooth that up there as well. You kind of like smooth the edges of the bit that we've just done, so it's slightly more natural looking. It's not going to be perfect, but I think that's pretty close. So then we can go into the animals and we go to the bees. Now you've got a number of different options. Even just a small hive like that's 4,400 euros to go and buy that. Saying not enough money because there will be a little bit of terrain modification in order to put it in. So all we can afford is that little small one. Now, we do have a couple of extra options. You've got the bigger beehives here. These would be really nice. So, the actual pallet for the honey, I'm going to put to the back here. This is where I'd like it. I'd like it to go back there. Plonk that one down there like that. 238 in construction costs. And then we can go to the landscaping. Go to that one. Ooh, that's the wrong one. Keep doing that. The wrong one in there, but okay, I think that's probably alright like that. Let's just have a look at that. I don't want to change anything else for now. And then the pallet will spawn there. Now, I don't have the money at the moment to go and buy a big beehive, and I don't really want to get just that little tiny one. It does feel like a bit of a waste. That one right there. One Langstroth hive at 1-1. The 4 Langstroth. This one, this elongated one, I have no idea what the difference is between that and these. That one there is 10 Langstroths. And this is 1. It's actually more expensive. That is more expensive than that. If I were to buy 10 of these, that would cost me 11,000 euros. This is 10 in 1, and that's 12,500. That's 33. That is by far the best value for money. That bad boy right there is definitely the best value for money. 19,000 for 33 of them. Long way better. That's far superior. These two actually cost the same. I suppose we could get one little hive. We have a little beehive, so that one is going to go not too close to where we're going to be working with the tractor, but we could move it back here. I'm not planning on... I say I'm not planning on felling those just at the moment, but I might be. So what we'll do then, I think, is we will put one Langstroth hive in here somewhere. I can actually put it... It's a little bit exposed there. If I put it back here, it's slightly less exposed. Put it back over onto... maybe on this side. 1,200... I don't want to get too far away. No, I don't want to be too far away from where the honey thing is going to spawn. So maybe we will put it up here, look. Now that I think about this, we'll put it up here. If we do decide to make some field here, it won't be using all of it. So if I put that one just back in here like this, I'll bring it round and... which is south-facing. Sun is up that way. This hive is going to be really cold. It's always going to be in the shade here. This is the problem. This beehive is going to be in the shade an awful lot. So I think what we actually need to do is we need to put the beehive up over here. So then it can catch this sunshine, which is what we actually want it to do. We'll need the bees to be flying towards the south. Yeah, that's the landing board there. So we'll bring them out over here. 1, 3, 6 right there. We'll plonk that one down there. Perfect. And then if I just go to the landscaping a little bit, that one, I just want to blend the edges around a little bit. Like that. Alright, that'll do. There. One beehive. Just one. A single solitary beehive. It's not going to get us a lot of honey. It's going to take quite a while to build up. But we do have a beehive there. There is actually one more thing that we need to do. I know you're probably fed up with seeing me use this at the moment, but landscaping, painting, and let's go with this. We're going to put a load of pine needles and stuff down here. And the reason that I want to do that, just going to put a bit of mulch in front of the hive just to keep the plants back a little bit, just from the entrance. That's all I want to do. It's just to stop the plants from growing up around the entrance and sort of impeding the landing boards of the bees right there. We don't want to do that. So there we go. We have our beehive. That one is now ready. We've also got the pallet spawner over there. We will get more beehives later on, but right now we won't worry about it. So there's not a lot else that we can do now. We've fed the sheep. We've built the beehive. We sold the produce at the greenhouse from the greenhouses. So we're going to go and get a little bit. We're just going to enjoy the day now. We're going to take a little bit of time for ourselves. We've worked hard. I feel we've earned it. So let's do that a minute. It's snowing again. I don't know if it's going to stay on the ground. Yep, there we go. Just let the game catch up. I don't know how long snow is going to stay on the ground for, but it has snowed, and we got more snow forecast, but the temperature, being that this game melts the snow when it goes above freezing, yeah, it's going up to 4 degrees at 5 o'clock this afternoon, so I don't think the snow is going to last very long. There isn't really a lot else for us to do. I mean, we go up and check sheep. I'm actually going to get the old timescale there whizzing forward a bit faster. At least I love the fact that we do have the sound underneath us of the snow as we go along. Brilliant. I really am impressed with the audio in this game. It's absolutely wonderfully done. There's our sheep in there. No, wrong one. I want to go to this one. I just want to have a look in here. We've got... Those are 1 month, and then we've got the rest of them at 14 months. So we're not far off of full production rates in there. These guys are on 80% right now, which means that they are soon going to reproduce and fill the pen up, and then we've got to wait almost a year before they will actually be fully ready in there. But that's absolutely fine. I don't think that's going to be a problem for us. So we've got 1,000 litres of wool right there. And we have another 735 litres of wool in there. Okay. Oh, I see. When it reaches a full 750, then the bale goes up on top. It used to do it the other way round. I think it used to do it the other way round. But there, we've now got 750. The snow is still falling, but the sun is going to come out now. The temperature is going to go up once it stops snowing there, which means that we're very likely to see all of the snow melt very, very soon. Well, there's the possibility that the snow will be gone by morning because it'll be March and no longer winter, and that'll be the end of it. But one last cold, winter's night. It's quite dark. It does actually get quite dark here. This is quite cool. I like this. You can look out across the valley. Out across there. I mean, that... To me, that looks pretty amazing. That does look pretty amazing. We've got some snow has started to melt by the look of it. It doesn't look like all the snow is melting. It looks like because there was an extra layer, wasn't there? There were 2 layers of snow. So we've lost 1 layer of snow now, right the way across, and then the other. But it's time to sleep. We can't be staring at this all the time. And to just I'm going to jump back there, sleep through. And it's March, so we have planting time. Now, we don't actually have the money to go and plant stuff ourselves. There is still snow on the ground because it wasn't cold enough during the night to melt it, but I suspect that's going to change pretty quickly. The sheep, doing just fine, actually, with grass and so on. We got no worries there. We got lambs here, have just been born. That's pretty cool. So we've now got 2 full sheep pens. We've just got to wait for another 8 months before all of them are fully grown. And then we've got 2 sheep pens full producing wool, which is actually quite cool. Is something that we'll be able to make a bit of money out of that. Now, we do need to decide whether or not we're going to sell any wool early on, or if we're going to keep all of the wool. May is when the wool reaches the best price. So 2 more months, wool reaches the best price. Do we keep it or do we sell it off? 1,112 at the spinnery and 1,060 at the supermarket at the moment. So it'll go up a little bit from that. Maybe another 100 or so. So there's going to be a little bit that we can make. If we go to the calendar, planting time for most things. The whole chicken plan... Yeah, we need to be planting in autumn, and we don't have access to a combine or the money to buy one. So that one's out. Potatoes and sugar beet. Well, sugar beet is the one that we're going to go with first this time. But we still don't really have access to that either. So about the only thing that we can do right now is to keep working with our sheep. Keep making sure that they stay fed through the winter. We've got a little bit of honey to come in, and we can also get some produce from our greenhouses. So those greenhouses at the moment are going to be giving us... So the honey right there, this is the best time of year to sell honey. So we'll keep the rest of the honey until this time next year. And then the produce here in the greenhouses... Yeah, that's... It seems to be dropping faster and faster. It's probably because of the amount that we've sold. I have something to do with it. In April, apparently it's going to go up again, but don't hold your breath on that. Let's have a look. 263 in there, 509 for tomatoes. We've got a little bit that we could go and sell there doing that. The bees, are they flying yet? There we go, the bees are flying now. I love that they actually don't fly when it's bad weather. I've noticed that when it's raining or when it's snow, they don't fly. Which is really cool. So it's an awesome little detail that they've got going on there. Let's go and have a look over this side and see our pallet. Do we actually have... Wow. Those bees are really pouring out the... I mean, it is only March. You wouldn't technically in real life be getting any honey from the bees just yet. But that doesn't stop me from wanting honey from the bees. Okay. Right. Do I need to do anything to these, really? We don't really need to do anything at all to the sheep today. We can wait until tomorrow. And the greenhouses, how are they doing down there? There's not a lot of produce in the greenhouses either, so there's not really a lot to do there. If we wait another day... It's March at the moment. I've said before that I was going to do 2 cuts each year for grass. We need to decide how and where and when we're going to be doing our grass, and whether or not we're going to be sticking with the small bales. If we stick with the small bales, I really want an autoload trailer. I haven't yet found an autoload trailer that handles small bales, so I'm reluctant to do more small bales, thinking that we should switch to rounds. We're going to have to be careful how we do it, but... It is still something that we could do. Just, yeah. We need to do a bit of careful planning on that one. Quite how exactly we're going to do it. We're on our third pallet over here. This is looking good. It's looking really good. Let's get some hay and feed the sheep. And then... yeah, there's still not a lot that we can do. Like, we want to be waiting until May to start cutting some grass. I don't even know where I'm going to cut the grass, to be honest. Like, I haven't thought that far ahead. We've got the bit there around the greenhouses. I'm not going to sort of bother doing that. We might just sort of work on the hill over there a little bit. I mean, we could do the area below. If we can get another baler, if we could get a round baler, I mean, there was a couple of options there. Then maybe that would be the solution. We use round bales, and we can... if we got it on a slightly more level ground, because up the top of the hill up there, there's some better ground for it as well. We could go up there and we could use that. Let's just take a quick look at the sheep pens. Water is absolutely fine on them, and greenhouses, water is fine as well. So we don't need to worry about that. We can do a water run tomorrow rather than today. We're going to take the retriever out, and we're going to just have a look and decide... oh, now it's going to rain on us. There's the honey! Look! We've got our first little bit of honey. It's coming in now. We've got 5 litres of honey. Cooking on gas now, ladies and gentlemen. It's a bit cold and wet now, isn't it? Sure that we want to be riding around in this thing, in this kind of weather. This bit up here, look. We've got a lovely big patch here. It's kind of flat. I don't even know which is ours over this side. Let's have a look. Farmland. We own everything right down to the side. We own right down up to the road. Everything up to the road over here, and sort of up to the middle over here. So we own all of that, and that's relatively level as well. We own right to the road. We could do some tree felling. We could sell some logs. That's another option for a bit of money. Now up here, it also is a lot more level. We still need to be careful how we let the round bales out if we cut this bit up here. A lot of level ground up here. This is looking good, actually. This could be a good place to work. And then you got that kind of nose going up that way. We don't really want to work up that way. Oop, steady. And we can clear a few trees back up there. There's these trees down here, but I'm not interested really in taking those out. The bit that I have got my eye on, though, is this here, because this would also be suitable for ploughing and turning into an area for both our root crops and for doing the wheat harvest that we were talking about. So we got a nice bit of land just here. I could even allow the round bales to run down the hill and into the big concrete bridge that we've got right there. That would stop the round bales from running away. And this land that goes all the way over around to the greenhouses, it's reasonably level, especially below the greenhouses. We've got that nice level bit down there. So we don't need to do the steep hill out that side. We can leave that for quite some time. Don't have to worry about that in the slightest. So let's back up here. Like this. Put this one under cover. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put this one in this side next to the bales, just in case the bales shift. Anything like that. And instead, when we... let's shut that one off. Once we start moving some pallets, some wool pallets, we can put them over the other side. So, when did I say the wool wanted to be sold? I think the wool wants to be sold fairly soon. I did also state that we would move those pallets May. May is when the wool wants to be sold. We're in March. So, the same month that we want to start doing a bit of mowing is when we also want to do that. Now, what have we got in the way of machinery down here? We've got that mower. We already took the baler and sold it, which means that we're going to have to go and do some work for the neighbours if we want to be able to do any baling. We want to keep the other two. We don't want to be selling anything else. Right. We might need to go and do a few contracts in order to start earning enough money to buy our baler that we're going to want in a couple months' time for our first cut. Because we need a baler, and if we're going to be making silage to sell, if our first cut, the idea with the first cut is it's supposed to be silage that we can sell. I mean, we could do hay, and we could sell hay. Get some money for that. But I think silage is better. Now, I'm not sure how long you actually have to leave silage in order to have it turn into silage in the game. So right now, we've got wool. They're both on the rise. They should be. They will through until the month of May. It's these that we want to be looking at. Where are we? There. Right. So, hay. Best price for hay is selling in November. Currently, it's at 56. We're in March. That's on hay. Silage, best price, January. May is when it drops back down, but you'd kind of expect that. August is the final cut, and then it starts to climb. And prices for that are 3 times what they are at the animal dealer and biogas plant, 3 times what they are for hay. So it is worth doing it, but we need to be able to buy the machinery to do it. And to do that, the minimum that we're going to need is the baler. Well, we need a baler of some kind anyway. We have no baler at the moment because we sold our small baler. We could get that impress. You know what we haven't been doing? So we haven't been checking the sales. Right, we need a trailer, actually. Well, I think the trailer we got might be able to be adapted and have sides on it as well. We haven't been checking sales to see balers coming up, which is a bit remiss of me. I should have been doing that. That one right there, 30,000. We can only make small bales with that one, 125 centimetre ones, which is a little bit disappointing. I'd like to be able to do the bigger bales there. You can go to the 150 centimetre ones and still bale them. This one, I thought maybe that one wrapped them or something as well, but no, it doesn't. Okay. 30 grand minimum. We're going to need 30,000 at least. Now, bale wrappers, the only one available really for us would be that option right there. And that takes the round bales, bales them up, does a really good job. And you've also got with this one an option to leave the round bale lying on its side if you go with that one there. It costs an extra 2 grand to have that put on there, but it leaves the bales lying on their side rather than able to roll away, which is probably a good thing. So there's 24,000 for that one, and so we need 54,000 to be able to get those. We're not going to get that from produce from the greenhouses. We're not going to get that from just selling wool now. Or in May when we want to. We're going to need to do contracts. So let's take a look and see what contracts are currently available. We could do another one of these baling jobs. Field 1. Ooh. I'm intrigued. With that one there, that crone mower, I know that the actual wrapping job is a little bit slower, but Field 1 up there. And it's only down to the animal dealer. We haven't got very far to go. And we know that those jobs pay well. We know that we can make a vast fortune out of that. Now, everybody told me that I was selling grass when I sold those bales. I'm not sure about that, to be honest. I'm really not sure if we were actually doing that or not. Now, we've got a whole load of ploughing jobs here. And we made money off of these last time, so I'm going to accept... No, I'm going to borrow items. Field 16 and Field 12. And Field 17. I can only do 3 at a time, I think. So we'll take that one. And that one. We've got sowing jobs there. I'm not going to do the sowing jobs. We'll do another ploughing job. Let me get the other one hooked up first. So, stop with that. Right there. We're on April the 1st. We'll put it down to 10 times speed. We will go to this tractor. We'll put on the weight and the plough. And we'll get this one over to the field and get started. This is Field 16. This one's got to go to. We will just set it into Field 16 start it ploughing, and then we'll get the next contract, and we'll get that one going, and that one can start ploughing the next field, and then we can leave those two going. Yeah, they'll probably use close to... They could use between them 3,000 or 4,000 in wages, but it's 10 grand in total. Oops, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do that. 10 grand in total that we get from these two contracts. 10,000 euros coming in. Even if we spend 4,000 in wages, is still a reasonable profit. I'd say that would be acceptable. So we'll run with that. There's 6 grand coming in already. Could be less than that. We don't know yet. And we'll also go and do that silage job. I did say after the last silage job that we probably wouldn't do any more silage jobs because of the imbalance that they create. I might as well go and pick all the cheeses up. Still waiting to hear back, really, on if you want me to do cheeses or not. I'm honestly don't mind either way. I'm happy to do the cheese. I'm happy to leave the cheese. If we get the cheese, well, we can go and pick a couple of them up, and that will pay for our baler. We could just treat the silage job like cheese, except that we've actually got to work for it. So I'm just going to bring you over this way. I'm not going to bother, like, doing a headland or anything like that with it. You need to switch over, because we can start from this side. Like that. I'll put you there. And I will press H. And off you go. There, ladies and gentlemen, we have the first job being done. So then I want to go into here and we'll take the next one. This is to go to field 12, which is that long field right there. Takes a little bit to do it, but that's absolutely fine by me. And especially those long runs on there, I reckon that one will get done before the field 16 one that we're doing here. Field 16 offers a bit more money, so it does suggest the field's a little bit bigger anyway. Borrow items. Let's take that one and get that one going. So if I go to... There we go. This one right here. We've got a black Deutz Fahr. And it was pointed out that I had a black Deutz last time for doing a ploughing job up on field 3 when we were doing the one up there. And when I went out of the game, I saved the game, exited, and then I came back next time for a new recording round. The black Deutz had magically turned into a green Deutz, which was really weird. I don't know if anybody else has had things like that happening, but I didn't notice it. I didn't pick up on that at all until it was pointed out in one of the videos, but I'm guessing it's a little bit easier to notice when you're watching the video and the tractor is black, and then it changes like 15 seconds later to green tractor. You know, that kind of thing does stand out. For me, it would have been a week in between seeing it black and seeing it green, and it just didn't, yeah, I didn't twig on that. I might this time. I might actually notice it this time, because I suspect that there will be a break in my recording between now and when we do the next bit. That's field 14 in there. Like that one needs ploughing, unfortunately. It could if it did, because that could, you know, an extra ploughing job. Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.